Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. I wish I had a water out here with me, but that's not what I came on here for. As always, I'm alive and I'm moving. Early this morning with a message for you. So, sometimes it's easy for us to uplift those around us, to tell them to keep going, to tell them it's worth it. And although we may believe it for ourselves, we don't always practice that. And we don't always live in that motion, And that's for any advice we give to others, whether it's relationship advice, he or she's not treating you right, you should leave, know your worth. Or it's a job, they're not allowing you growth, you should go. You should ask them for more opportunities. You should speak to your manager. Whatever advice it is we give others, we ourselves don't always practice what we preach and take that advice. So last night, I was stressing. I felt myself overwhelmed. Thinking about the moves I'm about to make, the content I want to put out there, and my personal progress, in my weight loss journey, in my journey in motherhood, and I found myself stressing out and overwhelmed. I'll be the first one to tell you, choose strategy over stress. That's how any obstacle in my life I've ever overcame was due to me choosing strategy instead of stress. So last night I should have done the same. But one thing I will also say is, mosquito, get the fuck. Sorry. But anyways, one thing I will also say is I'm a big advocate to letting those feelings and those emotions out. Because a lot of times we try to hold things in thinking that we could just push it to the side or push it to the back and it would disappear. But what it does is actually build up. So I'm a huge advocate to letting your emotions, letting what you feel come out. Because like I've stated in many videos, our emotions and our feelings, they are not reality. So I always say, I used to give myself 48 hours because I'm a drama queen. I used to give myself 48 hours to feel any negative emotion I'm feeling based on a situation. Throughout the years, that changed to 2 hours, right? Instead of 2 days, I give myself 2 hours. And yesterday night, just so happened that my 2 hours ran into my sleeping time. So I woke up, I knew my 2 hours were expired, and I said, okay, it's time to strategize. First things first. I've made this commitment for 3 miles a day. My body hurts, I'm sore, my mind is not in it. These were all I'm not gonna say excuses because I was in my strategy mode. These were all the things, the facts of my current state. Soreness, mentality, not all the way where it should be or where I needed to be. How do I get it there? I knew this workout would help me get it there. So I said, how can I be kind to myself, but also not cheat myself? I'm still going to do these 3 miles, which I have done. And I beat my time. Let me tell you, I'm on here early today. I'm usually on here about 10, 15 minutes from now. I usually hop on live. But I beat my time for the 3 miles. But how I did it was I chose strategy over stress. The route I showed you yesterday, the path, the direction in which I was running, that direction took me, I was running almost downhill for a majority. The path consists of little dips, right? All the way around. And then the last stretch, which is right behind me, is the steepest part. And I realized when I got to the home stretch, and I know you've seen that hashtag home stretch. When I got to the home stretch, and I saw that I was going up the steep. I was about to enter the steep part. That was the hardest for me. That's where I really had to make my mind work and push my mind. I didn't feel up to the challenge today, right? And some days, like we said yesterday, you won't feel up to the challenge. However, you have a job to complete. So what I did was use strategy instead of stressing about it, I strategized. And in that strategy, I said, let me still do these 3 miles, but let me just take a detour. And when I say detour, I just went a different direction. I wanted to get to my goal using a different path. Same path, however, I changed the direction, right? So I just turned around. So now for these 3 miles, for the steep, hardest part, I had to push myself, which is right behind me. I ran down, right? I ran down. And in doing so, I had different challenges and different obstacles I had to face. Now I'm going uphill and downhill, uphill and downhill. Instead of feeling it in my thighs and making my thighs do all the work, I was now feeling it. I began to feel it in my calves, going up and down the slopes, I was feeling it in my calves. I need to stretch my legs. So I still got my 3 miles in. I still overcame that steep section that was stressing me. However, I just took a different approach, and I still met my goal. In fact, like I said, I beat my time. I met it quicker. I did my fastest mile this week today. And I also said, okay, you see, this is where the not cheating yourself comes. I said, if I'm going to switch my direction, and I'm not going to be pushing myself and working my thighs as hard, working something as hard, whatever the case may be, your thighs, your mind, for that time being. I said, instead of coming out, what I usually do, this whole week I've been coming out, and I'll start with a walk to warm up. And I'll walk around, which is probably like half the lap. I'll walk it. And then when I got to the beginning of the first lap, I would then start my jog. Today I said, let me stretch before I come out, which I did. I warmed up before I got out here, and as soon as I hit the path, I took off running without hesitation, jogging without hesitation. However, because I knew I changed direction, because I knew I was trying to be kind and easier on myself today, just to get my mental in the right place, just to meet my goal, I added an extra assignment, which was to take off running, to give it all I got. Sometimes you don't have the luxury of warming up, In life, sometimes you don't have the luxury of warming up. You run into issues, you run into things, and you have to do immediate crisis management. You have to hop into action. You have to make up a strategy, figure out what's going wrong, what is the issue, how do I solve it, and then immediately start executing those things. So that is the message today, this morning. Sometimes you have to take off running, even when you don't feel like it. And you got to choose strategy over stress. And always keep your goal in mind. My goal was 3 miles. Don't give up on your goal because you don't feel like it. Just figure out a different path to get there. If the route you have been taking so far is too treacherous on your body and your mind, give yourself a break. I'm not saying I will forever now go this route in this direction, but what I am saying is that I needed it today. And you got to listen to your body. You got to listen to your body. And you got to work your mind to get you there. And it's a process. It's not easy at all. Like I said, I did not feel up to it, right? I didn't. Yet, here I am. So, if you saw, not yesterday, but Tuesday, I attempted to do a bridge. And I said by June, I was going to be able to do this bridge. I haven't attempted again since then. I attempted doing the bridge standing up and then going back, and I failed. Epic fail. I fell. And then I said, okay, well, let me try the bridge from the ground and pushing myself up. And I was able to do that. So I knew I could still do a bridge. My body could still bend. I could still bend. I'm still flexible. However, to do it standing, the next level up, I knew I needed some time, right? So today, I'm going to attempt the bridge again. Because if I fail, I want you guys to see it. Because we're not perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. I go through a lot. I struggle with myself a lot. I'm my biggest fan. I go and I watch my videos to be inspired. I go and watch other people's videos to be inspired, to get a message. You know, the same videos, the same thing. I sit here and I talk and tell you all. It's the same thing I'm constantly telling myself to keep myself motivated, to keep myself going, right? And that is what I strive to show. I want to be an example that you don't have to be perfect. I want to be an example that it's okay to not be okay, as long as you don't soak and sit in it, as long as you don't stress over it, as long as you get up, you pick yourself up, you stare in the middle, in the mirror, you tell yourself you got it, and you create a strategy to get to wherever it is you want to be. And I want to be doing a bridge, standing up, going backwards and just falling. You feel me? That's where I want to be. So I'm about to try it again. But this time, instead of just going right into the standing bridge, I'm going to start with where I know I can. I'm going to start with where I know I can. And that is from the ground up, right? I'm going to start from the ground up. So I'm going to move this because I think they're cicadas. And I got a story about cicadas. I see them all morning. But I don't want to be next to this one so close to the ground. So to start from the ground up, look at this sweat, you guys. I love it. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. You see? I can do this. We can do this, okay? Now, let's attempt this going back, all right? Standing and going back. I failed miserably last time. But look, it just taught me something. That I need to try harder. That I need to figure out a way to get it. This time I started from where I could. I didn't need till June. I didn't need till June. I'm excited, y'all. I'm so excited. I would do it again, but I'm not about to jinx myself. However, look, it's the simple things in life. Sometimes you just have to prove shit to yourself. Sometimes you just have to prove things to yourself. You don't worry about other people. There's this lady going around the loop. For the last 2 days, she see me when I'm on my live because she comes out around this time. And she stopped and she look at me like, what is she doing? And I'm like, minding my own, staying in my own lane. Good morning to you, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's what you have to do. Stay in your own lane, focus on your goals, and strategize a way to get there. When you stay in your lane, when you're running in your own lane, any toes that you step on, they're at fault, right? So that's my message for you this morning. I'm not going to keep you because I finished early. And when I hopped on live, it was like 6:20. So it means I got 40 minutes. So I can take a nice shower, nice long, not that long, shower. I can get Zion's breakfast started earlier. I have put myself in a position to have a productive day. And I'm forever blessed. So as I say to you, and as I'm telling myself, have a blessed and productive day. And I'll get at you later.